Just wanted to wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day, and I hope that you are surrounded by those you love today. And I'm just going to do a reading from Book 2 of Daughter of Darkness, Maze, and it's Chapter 11, the last part, Part 4. Kel was often by my side and wanted to meet Maze. I borrowed some of his clothes and a hat and sunglasses to trick the Packies into thinking I was him, so I could go in like normal people. All I needed was a skateboard to seal the deal. Kel waited outside while I went up to the room. She popped a couple of Oxycontin 80s in her mouth and began whistling Chemical Princess by IMX, sitting on the stairs washing the pills down with soda. She was in love with the singer of the band. When the rush hit her 20 minutes later, all those feelings and memories of the past fell away, and she was light and many times removed. There was more green in her iris as the pupil contracted. Suddenly, waiting was no longer a drag. She could wait for us forever, so long as her past was right there in the past where it belonged. When we came outside, I shook my head and smiled. Sweetness, if you only knew, I thought out loud, what you will do with your bad self once you get over this terrible affair. I finally introduced her to Maze, and he gave her a hug and a kiss, and she smiled large. And we all went to a small club to see a show where the leader of the band was a friend of ours. The show was swell. The dude was pretty talented because he could go to almost any club or music store, and kids would recognize him and sometimes gush over the experimental sort of music the mainstream would never like. Sometimes he would get a gig somewhere like the one we saw, third billing at some hole in the wall far out in the Mission, and he would let us come up on stage and help out. He could turn any household item into an instrument you could play. Tonight, I found myself on stage running a soup spoon up against a slab of porcelain. I felt very important, what with all the humans checking me out. I tried to strike a fashionable pose so I wouldn't be mistaken for the dish ran away with the spoon. Kel was killing the mosh pit, my kitten, bouncing around in a frenzy.